even the experts make mistakes sometimes, you know? I'm just kidding, I'm not an expert, but we all make mistakes. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Let me zoom you in for this lip combo. If you're following me on Instagram, then you probably know that I am very much in my half magic beauty lip combo era right now. I'm reaching for them every day. I can't stop. The lip liners and the mouth clouds are both just so good, and today my combination is the shade Honestly. Yes, for a lip liner, a nice hot pink moment, and for the mouth cloud, I went with the shade Angel Rave, a little pink and purple moment, healing my inner child, if you will. I don't know, I guess just entertaining my inner child, because pink and purple have always been my favorite colors. I always say purple's my favorite color, but really it's like pink and purple. I also wore my gaudiest earrings for you today. I say that in the most loving way possible. These are my Folksy Love little makeup palette earrings. They're just so cute, but that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find out about my lip combo and my fun accessories. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in the Celestial Garden palette from Bella Beauté Bar, done in collaboration with Monica Jones. Do you like that I ripped it out of the sleeve here? The sleeve looks the same as the front of the palette. I'm also so sorry if I said Bella Beauté Bar wrong. It's either Bella Beauté Bar or Bella Beauté Bar. I've heard it said both ways by people, but like I said, this palette was done in collaboration with Monica Jones, aka MJones5018, and I won't make you wait any longer before seeing the beautiful inside of this palette. I am especially excited for this palette because it includes water-activated liners, and for those of you who are finding me for the first time through this video, hi, my name is Giovanna. I love graphic liner. I love water-activated liners specifically. It's like all I ever talk about, so this is bringing me an unbelievable amount of joy, and I have no doubt that this palette isn't going to be amazing because I really trust Monica. I purchased her companion palette that she did in collaboration with Glisten Cosmetics a couple of years ago, and I still use it to this day. It's just such an incredible palette, and I discovered Monica through that palette, and she's so great, so I have a feeling it's gonna be good. Of course, I'll tell you if it's not, but I have a feeling it's gonna be good. I think the look I'm gonna be doing today is gonna be mostly focused on the liners, just because I know myself. I know I'm gonna get carried away, and I know I'm gonna want to cover most of the eye with liner, but I'm definitely gonna use some of the shimmers too, like the shade Queen of the Night is definitely going on all of the high points of my face for sure. I'll probably use it as a highlighter too, but I highly doubt today's video will be the last time I use this palette, so definitely subscribe, and I'll be sure to do another video focusing more on all of the eyeshadows. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see my review of the Celestial Garden palette, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, before I get into the tutorial portion though, let me give you a nice up close and personal look at the palette so you can see the shifts. We've clearly got some shifty eyeshadow shades here, and this entire bottom row, except for this one shimmer shade, are all water activated liners, and I really appreciate that Monica decided to go with split liners because that just doubles the amount of product that you get. So you're not just getting 15 shades, you're really getting 19 shades because of all the split pans. So just expertly thought out. You can see there's a lot of thought put into this layout too. Like you can see that these shades line up with each other, these shades line up with each other, these shades line up with each other, and these shades line up with each other. Just very well organized. Great job, Monica. Okay, now I'm not gonna swatch these because I recognize my own strengths and weaknesses, and it's not my strength. So here are Monica's beautiful swatches, and I'm also gonna show Glam Smitty's beautiful swatches so you can see them on two different skin tones. They swatch beautifully. You don't need me to show you that. They've already shown you that in these swatch photos. So I'm just gonna show you them on the eyes. Like I said, I'm gonna focus mostly on the water activated liners because baby, that's my wheelhouse, and I know that's what you wanna see, so let's get into it. All right, so for my first shade, I think I'm gonna dip into Lunar Eclipse, the white shade. You know, that's definitely a test of a good water activated liner formula, is seeing how good the white shade is, because sometimes white shades can tend to crack a little more easily than regular shades. So we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot with the most challenging shade first, I think. And what shape will I be going for, you ask? Well, it may be Virgo season, but my Sagittarius moon has chosen chaos today, so we're just gonna let the brush take us away. I'm thinking something squiggly. I think I might go in and do a little like and then I'll go and fill it in with a bunch of other colors. And by the way, I'm gonna be going in with a Glisten Cosmetics number 4 brush. That is my favorite graphic liner brush. Ooh, Okay, yes, I love that shape I went in with. Oh my goodness, and the white is impressing me so far. I definitely need to dip into a little more product. Like I started to run out on my brush because I think I waited so long before I even went in, so it started to dry out a little bit. But so far I'm impressed. Let's see how this layers up. Nice, okay, it's not looking like it's gonna be super chalky or cakey or anything yet, but it's going on really pigmented. Ooh, okay, that layered up beautifully. It doesn't look like it's cracking or anything at all yet, although I will say sometimes with water activated liner, you gotta give it a little time to see if it's gonna crack. So I suppose we shall see as we continue going, but so far that layered beautifully. It's super pigmented. Even with that wacky shape I went in with, it didn't give me any trouble. So we're off to a hot start so far, Monica and Bellabeautebar. I'm gonna say it both ways the whole time, so that one way I'm saying it will be correct. All right, next up, I'm causing a little chaos for the earth signs watching this video right now, because I wanna know what the midpoint of all of these split liners are. That is, you know, I think I said at the beginning that you get 19 shades if you count like the different shades in the split liners, but it's really more than that. It's really like 23, because you also get the midpoint of all of these shades and like infinite little mixing shades in between that too. But this peachy pink split liner is calling my name, and it looks like it makes this beautiful like kind of pastel hot pink as the midpoint. So let's put that in my eyes. And I think I want to take that shade in the grooves of my wiggly white line, the nooks and crannies, if you will. Probably not every nook and cranny, just a couple of the nooks, and maybe one or two of the crannies. I don't know, probably like one nook, one cranny. I don't know. Let's see where the brush takes me. Ooh, I like that pink shade. Oh, that's a beautiful hot pink shade. That's gliding on beautifully and is so pigmented. I feel like it might look a little washed out on camera because my skin's got a bit of a pink tone to it, but I'll try to color correct so you can really see this gorgeous shade. It's so pretty. That one does not need 2 layers. That one needs 1 layer, and that is enough. And I like it so much, I'm gonna put a little more in the front here. Really pretty. I also like how I went slightly over the white shade and it didn't start to mix in with the white at all. Like the different shades layer nicely on top of each other too, so that's really nice to see. All right, as tempted as I am to put that pink shade into every nook and cranny of my graphic liner look, I am gonna move on to this shade. Dang it, I haven't been saying the shade names. Oh, I'm the worst, I'm sorry. Okay, so the white shade I used was the shade Eclipse. The pink shade I used was a mixture of Astral and Solstice, and now I'm going to be mixing together Zenith and Galaxy. Love it. Okay, I'm noticing that this blue shade, Galaxy, is a little deeper than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm kind of in a pastel mood right now. So I think I'm gonna bring this into the green shade a little bit more and try to get more of that. For those of you who are horrified by this, Virgos, I'm sorry. It's my Sagittarius moon, like I said in the beginning, causes me to be a little chaotic. These are so easy to clean. I'll show you how to afterwards. I promise, it will not be messy like this for long. All right, now let's pop this mixture into some more nooks and crannies. Ooh, that's such a pretty shade. Oh my gosh, it's making like this gorgeous pastel teal moment. I wouldn't even call it pastel. It's more of like a neon teal moment. Everything in my college dorm room was this color. My childhood bedroom is painted this color. I have a strong attachment to this color and I'm in love. I'm really liking this formula so far. It's going on super pigmented, super creamy, super glidey, and easy to work with. And if you're someone who struggles with water activated liners and you feel like you can never get that consistency right, it is always worth it to just dip your brush into water before dipping back into the product again. So even though you can still see there's still product on my brush, I didn't double dip, I just dipped into the water, and now I'm gonna go over that with a little bit more water just to fix my shape, because if you ever run into things getting cracky or crumbly, it could be a bad water activated liner formula, but it's more than likely that it's just adding too much product. No matter how good a formula is, if you add too much product, it's gonna crack because it's too many layers. So always add more water first. Okay, that's really beautiful. I kind of just want her to like be the star in the center here. By her, I mean this shades, the Zenith and Galaxy. The shades are just mixed together. I kind of want her to be the star in the center here, so I don't think I'm gonna put any more of the shade in any other nooks and crannies. And now I'm gonna move on to the purples. All right, now I'm mixing together the shades Celestial and Equinox, and I'm happy to take the true midpoint of these shades because I sometimes find that pastel purples don't show up great on my skin. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's the same deal as the pink, where I just got so many dang old pink undertones in my skin that sometimes pastels disappear. So I'm really happy that Monica gave us both like pastels and true deep, beautiful, bold tones so we can really customize our own shades. Thank you so much, Monica. That was super sweet of you. I really appreciate that in this gorgeous palette that you made. Right, and I think I want to pop that right here. Ooh, now that is a gorgeous purple. Oh my gosh, and look how cool it looks against the white. These colors are giving me very 80s vibes together, but also very Celestial Garden vibes. That is the name of the palette, and I'm also getting those vibes as well. But I feel like the 80s vibes and like space vibes kind of goes hand in hand because space was like very trendy and like fashion and everything in the 80s, so you know what? It's all tying back together. I see the vision, Monica, and Bella Beauté Bar, and I love it. Just thicken that up a little bit. Maybe I'll put a little purple up here too. Yeah, I feel like that's what we're missing. Let me put some of the same purple mixture up there in the top cranny, if you will, the cranny under my brow bone. So weird to keep saying cranny. Cranny Smith apple. Okay, definitely covered a little bit more of that white than I wanted to. That's my bad, but that'll be a good test for us to be able to go back in with the white afterwards and clean this up and see how that layers. Yeah, even the experts make mistakes sometimes, you know? I'm just kidding. I'm not an expert, but we all make mistakes. All right, so I'm actually gonna switch to a Glisten Cosmetics #1 brush now. Focus on it in front of my eyeball. Yeah, you can see it's got a really tiny little tip here just for cleaning up that area where I slightly went over the white. All right, sweet. Just like I hoped. That was super easy to layer up, and it doesn't look like I've layered it too much. I had mostly water on my brush too, to be fair, but a little bit of product, and so far it's not cracking, and it looks so good. Oh, I'm having so much fun. All right, so now I'm gonna dip into the shade Lunar, which is the black shade. You know, we gotta test both the black and white. Those are like the basic, my personal most used shades of graphic liner / water activated liner, I would say. And we already know that the white is great, so I'm sure the black's gonna be great too, but we shall see. I really appreciate Monica putting a black and white in water activated liner in this palette because it just expands your options even more. You know, if you want an even deeper shade of this gorgeous blue, you can add a tinge of black and that'll deepen it for you. And if you want an even more pastel version of that green that I have totally covered up, then you can add a little white. Putting a black and white in a palette is just so helpful, and I think that's great. Very well thought out palette. Now, what am I gonna do with this black shade Lunar, you ask? I don't really know. I think I want to do a wing, but I want to do like a wiggly wing, so I'll do it, you know, like normal, maybe a little extended in the front to like mirror this part, and then I'm gonna wiggle it up towards the other wiggle. It's a very wiggly look we're going for. I switched back to my G4 brush, by the way, the longer one. Just getting the front of my wing done. I have a better brush for the inner corner too. I should have used that, but look at how freaking pigmented this black is. That's just one layer. Holy wow. I'm very impressed so far. I've been impressed with everything. I'm sorry if this is boring because I'm just like, wow, this is great. 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 But it's a Monica collab. What did you expect? And this is my first time trying Bella Beauté Bar too, and I'm very impressed. I definitely want to go try more stuff after this. All right, let's do the wiggly part of my wing. Not too much of a wiggle, you know, a subtle wiggle, but a wiggle nonetheless. And I'm gonna bring it in here. Wow, this is like maybe the blackest black liner I've ever tried. This is like so black and pigmented and very matte too. They're all matte, but I don't know, something about this black is just like super matte. Dang, this might become my go-to black liner. This is so deep. I love it. Like truly like outer space black. All right, I'm switching brushes just to fix my inner corner here. I don't really know what happened with that inner corner, to be honest. I think I'm gonna Q-tip that away. Yeah, nice thing about water activated liners is they're also water deactivated. So if you just wet a Q-tip, or if you're a little nasty like me, just lick a Q-tip and then you go in there and you just wipe it away. And if you're wearing eye primer, so you're worried that like that's not gonna be enough to take it off, just use a little micellar water. Okay, let's fix this inner corner. I don't know what I was thinking with that brush, so now I'm gonna take my little Michaels paint brush here. It is a Simply Simmons Zero brush. If you're looking for the specific brush, just go to your craft store and get something with a little flat rectangular brush. This is great for the inner corner. All right, I like that line much better than before. Oh, I cannot get over how black this shade is. It's so good. Okay, I have an idea. I want to dip back into that gorgeous teal shade and pop it in this little cranny down here. So let's do that. All right, it did slightly mix in with the black a little bit. I think that's my bad. I don't think I waited long enough for it to dry. I should have given it like at least a minute to be fully sure, but I got excited because I have a big idea and I just want to go for it. But I'm gonna go in with another layer now. See if we can layer that up. There you go. It completely covered up any smudging, so that's good to see. Should I put some in the inner corner too, like under my little top thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my tiny brush for it though, going back to a Glisten #1 brush. Ooh, that is pretty. I like that since the black is so black. I'm sorry, I know I've said that 1,000 times, but because the black is as truly black and matte as it is, it just makes every shade around it look even brighter. Like this shade already looks bright up here, but against the black, it looks so bright. I'm taking it into here a little bit now because I think I have an eyeliner for the waterline that'll match, and I want it to like all tie together. I don't know why I said I think. I know. Like I said, this color is a passion of mine. This is my LA Girl Neon Shockwave eyeliner in the shade Fresh, and I think it's gonna be a perfect match for this gorgeous teal shade, and I'm gonna put it in my waterline. And we're tying the whole thing together, and it feels so good. All right, I know I said I wasn't gonna use much of the eyeshadow, but I do want to dip into the shade Tuberose. I think it's Tube Rose here, this gorgeous matte turquoise, and just smoke out that lower lash line. And then I'm also gonna put a shimmer on the brow bone. Let me start with this first. Ooh, that is a very pretty shade, a little smokier than I thought it would be, but that's okay. It's so pretty. I like that it's smoky, but I also have the Virgo urge to make everything match, so I'm gonna take a little bit of white from my Blend Bunny Blends palette. I also think there was a little black stuck in this brush, so hey, another error on my part. What's new here? So let me just add a little bit of white. The Blend Bunny formula is also probably my favorite matte eyeshadow formula, so I'm happy to see that these work well together. I really like how blown out my lower lash line is. That's like more blown out than I normally go for, but it's like tying this together really nicely. Who would have thought? All right, now it's time for a brow bone highlight, and for that I'm gonna dip into the shade Queen of the Night, and I'm dipping in very lightly because I've swatched this shade already. I already know she's very powerful. I already know that you don't need a lot, so let me go in lightly on my brow bone here. Oh yeah, she's powerful. Oh my gosh, I gotta be careful not to cover my liner here. Yeah, a little takes you such a long way with this shade. Wow, it's like my camera can barely even capture it. It's like just keeps showing it as white, but it's not white. It's a gorgeous pinky, like goldy shift. Pinky purpley goldy shift. It's got so many colors in here. Should I put a little on my inner corner here too? Maybe like a little amount. Let me turn down the brightness so you can maybe see the color better. Yeah, I feel like you can't really see much of me very well, but you can at least see that this is more of like a pinky purpley iridescent moment, but with like, it looks gold in certain lighting too. It's so nice. All right, folks. Now I gotta go do all of these steps on the other eye, so I'll be back in like 45 minutes, but you will see me right now. All right, here I am. Here is my finished look. I went ahead and added some mascara too. What am I doing back here? I gotta zoom you in for this. I absolutely love the way this eye look turned out. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like I'm giving very 80s space vibes, very big celestial garden vibes. Ooh, I did not forget that I told you I was gonna show you how to clean these split liners very easily. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. Just take a paper towel and get it wet. This is just water in a spray bottle here, so I'm gonna get it wet. If there weren't actual powder eyeshadows in here too, I would spray them directly. That's what I normally do, but there are, and I don't wanna mess them up. So now I'm gonna take my damp paper towel and I'm gonna press it against one of the split liners here. You wanna make sure it's super wet and saturated so you can get that top layer off, and don't worry, there's so much product in here. You're not gonna be wasting product. Are you ready for my magic trick? Isn't that amazing? Wow, it's so easy to clean. Okay, there's still a little blue. Still a little blue in the green, but I'll just go ahead and wipe that away. And look at how easy that was to fix, so don't be afraid to get messy in your palette. But oh my gosh, in conclusion, I think you can guess my thoughts on this palette. Like I said, I kept just saying, wow, that's nice. Wow, that's great. This whole video, and the water activated liners are amazing. I also really liked the 2 eyeshadow shades I used. This was super easy to blend, and the gorgeous shimmer shade, which I forgot. I want to put a little on my nose. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh my goodness, we love a good pink nose highlight. But yeah, everything I tried is beautiful. I'm definitely gonna continue to use this, and I'll do more of like an eyeshadow focused look too, so I can use all the other shades, because this purple shade looks like it's such a pretty like purpley blue duochrome, so I definitely want to play around with that. But yeah, I love the Celestial Garden palette. Huge congratulations to Monica Jones. Monica, you did it again. You freaking nailed it. I love this palette. And of course, congratulations to Bellabeautebar as well. I definitely want to try more from this brand. So if you've tried anything, please please do let me know, give me your recommendations of what to try next. But I thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos at least twice a week and I would love to have you there. Blend in that nose highlight a little more. Check out my description box for all of the makeup products on my face today. Also in my description box, I'll have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources, resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ+ community, and resources to support Ukraine. So please check out those links if you haven't yet. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!